What's that?
Depending where he may be on camera, remember that.
Oh, yeah, he might be on camera. Want to be on camera?
Yeah, being on camera is not for everybody. I don't even like it. Well, welcome back, people. We have a quick one to do here. This was just kind of last minute. Moto G7 Optimo Maxx. This is a straight talk phone, I believe. We're just going to do a quick screen protector in case to try and save this. There's one. There's one. Accessories. Screen protector accessories. Let's find out what they're selling us. Okay, so we get a microfiber cloth, an alcohol prep pad, and a dust absorber, which all can kind of be useful, but for the most part, no. I don't know.
Hi there, you walk down? Yeah, this stays on. Good, you? You got a couple minutes?
We'll make use of the microfiber while we have it. Forgot that a quick double tap will wake these.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Sometimes it'll wake them up, or maybe it's just me holding it. I don't know.
300 just came up.
Alright, screen protector's on. We're going to check the fitment. Another way to do this, which I don't often do it, but you can, is to put it in the case first and then try and lay the screen protector. However, I ran into problems when doing that also. It's a simple. I don't know why put it on camera. It's just something to put out there.
I'm running uptown, right back.
You're heading up? Alright, well, I'll be here for a little bit yet. We gotta save this other guy.
We'll save ya. Don't worry. We'll save you.
We'll see. They take care.
Alright, let's check the fitment.
You driving, Heath?
Alright, so it's not an extremely tight fit. Let me kill the light on my camera. We'll take this down and hopefully be able to see. And we'll ship this guy out. He's ready to go. There is a slight gap. You can kind of see it here. That's fine. And then it basically rides each other to the case, and there's a slight gap at the top. You don't really have any side to side on it. But that is that. So we'll go ahead, snap this back on, and ship this gentleman out. This should help, and I can't promise you in every situation that it's going to not break the actual screen of the phone.
Right.
What I can say though is in some situations it's going to stop the screen from breaking, and it'll break the glass screen protector first.
Right.
Before it breaks the actual what's it called? The actual screen. A hard enough hit, it's going to go through both.
Right.
But at least now you're scratching. You have one scratch that shows through on the actual screen. It shows through the screen protector, but you shouldn't get any more scratches on it. Now everything was already paid for. You did that on Friday. You have this little thing back here. Don't know that it matters, but it comes out. If you have a small enough finger, you can kind of put a finger through it to hold it. And it also works as a kickstand. It will spin. It'll turn different ways. Obviously, if it's that way, it's not going to flip down, so you got to get it back down. But it also should work, if I'm not mistaken, I think it will work like a kickstand. So if you kind of tilt it there, if you want to see it like that, and I don't think it'll work the other way, but it might. Yeah, it will. Alright, so there you are.
Thanks.
Hope you enjoy it. Hopefully it saves your screen a little bit of abuse.
Well, I appreciate you putting it on for me.
No problem. You're welcome. Have a good one.
Yep, you too.
See you, bud. Alright, that's a quick one out of the way. This guy, he abuses some phones. Oh, I got rid of the trusty black mat. Who's out there today? Anybody? Is there anybody out there in the Googles? Man, I want to catch a couple people when they come in chat and wrench them up just so we can get a mod at one point. Not that we need them. We don't need them. But, alright, we got that. Let's see. Can we move the... Yeah, oh yeah, we can move the arm. There we go. Looking better already. I just have to work at a goofy angle. Alright, so this board, I took a look over it, even took a look with the microscope, looked over the entire thing. I think I sat and gave about 2.5 hours into fault finding on this, and the best I can come up with is there is a short in the board, like in the layers of the board. I could not get, there's no faults anywhere. Power is everywhere it's supposed to be. It just will not turn on. Super I/O, everything is testing good there. In this case, we're doing the only thing we really can in this situation. And we're going to take and do the boring, mundane, uninteresting, fun way of fixing things. And this is from a previous, how do I want to say it? What did they do to you? Well, they stapled it in there to keep it in. This is from a previous OpenHours or afterhours video. The one where we rebuilt this hinge. So we're going to go ahead and get everything laid out where it needs to be. Transfer our heatsink. Let's look at our ports. Okay, and it will go there so we know we can do work with. Should be able to set this in. Really now. Okay. I thought I was losing my mind for a minute there, people. I was looking at the board completely backwards. Yeah, I had it like this. I'm like, there's supposed to be a SATA port there, obviously. SATA port, it's not. It actually gets 180-degree rotation. Let's try and set this thing in, get it where it needs to be. For the time being, we have those few connections on top. And then we have this one here that comes in and plugs in. Alright. Let's get tweezers and a plastic pry tool if we have one available. Plastic pry tool, where are you? That's the good one, we don't want that one. No, there we go. We used the old one. Okay, so we have a few of these to flip up. We have that. I'm not entirely certain. This has to go in later. And this is one of those things you kind of wish you it was built up. You got to take a look at it later on and figure out everything, how it's going to be rebuilt. Alright, that. Some of these have to connect differently. Let's find out which ones they are. Alright, that would be all internal. The Wi-Fi is external. We can run our Wi-Fi wires. Alright, heatsink and fan. Let's get thermal compound. Don't unplug microphone. I'll put you back. And we have to sort out the screws and where they go. I remember there was two that kind of trolled us last time, and they were short, or it seemed like it would be the same thread size as all the last, but it actually wasn't. It was different. Over here we have some Windex still on here from our phone. I'll give a wipe here. The board is clean. Is it you? That ain't you. That's the wrong stuff. Wrong stuff. There you be. Just clean a little bit of the tarnish off. Super important. No. We're here. We can. Why not? Let's take a further look. This is going to come over and sit, so we need we need to route this wire for sure. This is going to be DC jack. So power coming in, takes quite a bend. Wi-Fi, and I think we have to connect this one, and then we can arrange our fan. I got another light for doing this, doing the repairs and whatnot, but it is on the level of super bright and super annoying, and the color for everything is just about as wrong as you can get. Let's put some thermal compound down. That will come in there, I believe. Lock this down. And let's take a look at the board. Do we have one screw? Is it one? Holds this down. We're looking for a white arrow. So one there. As far as I can tell, let's make sure it doesn't run through the bottom case. Indeed, it doesn't. And then we have the hinge that has to be screwed down. So we need one screw for there. That's going to hold our board. Actually, if I can do that, I think the optical zoom is a little smoother, a little less jumpy, a little less making everybody seasick. Let's move. Alright, hinge is in place. Now we're going to put these wires there and hopefully lock this in without little to no trouble, is the hope. What a nightmare. Alright, so we have that. The screws for our hinge should be 2.5 by 5, and then one that goes through the outside, or two that go through the outside. So that one, if we can see it, that screw and this one are both outside, so we only need one in there. That's why opening and closing these is so risky and can break your plastic for your, your palm rest, top case, whatever you want to call it. And do be careful when opening these. If you have to open it when ripping it down, one screw will hold for a little bit, but for the long term, yeah, you're going to want a different solution. Let's go ahead and put a little thermal paste there, and then a bigger blob on this one. It's not perfect. Doesn't need to be. Some people do try though. From what I'm seeing, we should still have access to the RAM. Yes, we do, so no worry there. We have Wi-Fi wires that will connect through the top. We need our fan connected. That's always a fun adventure. Check over everything when reassembling a laptop. I still do it. I don't want to say daily, but we'll say monthly. Alright, we had somebody coming in trying to get propane filled. We're not in that business. But yeah, check your fan, and nothing quite like you get a computer built, put back together to realize that it doesn't detect your fan, or you get an error, a stop error code, because you didn't plug your fan in. Wire came through in the appropriate spot. Everything seems to be actually going okay. Check the time, we're doing good on time. Can thread this in. There's no screws under our hard drive, so we'll take a moment and put it in there. Let's look at our bottom. I know it is goopy as to where it goes. Alright, so those two are there. We need one beside it and the two outside. They're there. There. And this is for our battery. How much fun will this be? Do we have some? We do have some under it, so let's go ahead and get the pain ones. Their big driver work? We'll check it. You know, it's funny, you order some boards when you do get down to actually ordering a motherboard for a laptop or for a replacement, or whether it be a donor board, you order it in within the same week, and then other times you take and order it and did that just finish? You know, it comes in months later on that slow boat. Let's exit you. I'm just going to say don't send just to get it out of here. The settings turn on. I'm using this old rockin' Latitude D630. Amazing, amazing technology. Alright. Let's zoom this back out just a hair. We have a battery that has, what, 3 connections? 1, 2, and 3. M2.5 by 5 should be the black. So this one, and not the recessed one, but this one here, those two, and then here and here, all go through the bottom case. We're going to try to use all the silver colored screws for that. They are going to be the ones exposed along with the other two. Wi-Fi? Are you tiny or no? You're just little. Always a fun part of any build, rebuild. I think we wanted to do this. Yes, and that puts our wires right where we want them. It's doing the antennas. M2L4, that should be our other small remaining goofy screw. But honestly, I don't know if it threads in there or to the keyboard. I'm thinking the keyboard, let's see. Does it thread now? No. So that will actually thread into our keyboard. Real quick, let's try and get 2 more screws in. 3, 4. At least 2 out of the 4 that can go in. Actually, I think we can do all 4 to help hold that hinge. And get away with 2 black ones. So 2 there, and 2 more where? Through the top. These will be the 2. The other 2. Take a look. I'm not seeing that we're missing anything. Take a moment. 0, 4 gigs, 2 gigs, 6 gigs of DDR3, 3 low voltage. Alright, so goes our 4 gig stick, and then we'll throw in our 2 gig stick. That's tight. We're going to open this carefully and put these few screws through the top. Get our keyboard on, connect the rest of our ribbon cables, and call it a day. I am gathering the names up for the two computer and gift card giveaway. That wraps up. It's actually the last day. I know I didn't talk about it a whole lot, but the post was on the Facebook page. Stuff that got worked on in September and October, and we started partway into September. That's why I went partway into November. Anything with a ticket that got worked on in those months goes into the drawing for the computers. Liking and sharing the page on Facebook was for the gift card. But we back to the drawing that will be coming up very soon here. Like I said, I need to gather the names up. I have to go through all the papers and then triple all the paperwork for those date periods, and then afterwards I have to triple it all and organize it randomly. But I'm going to do that with, I think probably with the help of like a, I don't want to say it, like a renaming utility or something. Get that taken care of and do the drawing live on one of the streams. That way there's no ifs, ands, or buts about who actually wins anything. And if I can, I would like to get somebody watching's lives help to pick a, because I don't just want to go from like, say there's 55 people for the gift card or whatever. I don't want to go from 0 to 55. I'd like them to pick a random number for the random number picker to start. So we'll pick a random number, say like 73 or 211. Start there and then add 55 to that and go in that range instead of starting at 0. I think that would be a little bit better way to do it. Alright, we put those in. This was fun last time I did this. I remember I had to do the keyboard and then the backlit keyboard. Get out of there. That's what was locking it up. Alright, finally in with the one. Now we have one more to do. Can we unstick you there? That would be a huge benefit. And how hard is it going to be to unstick that part? Now, our one lonely little screw. If I didn't lose it, I have those two. If I did, I'll dig another one out, as we had to dig it out in the first place as it wasn't in there. Alright, let's grab this thing. And throw one in. There they are. Oh wait, there you are. There's the one. It was silver. However, not long enough. Alright, we need slightly longer. Alright, the one and only screw that locks down the keyboard. Amazing, right? Fan, DC jack, grease, that is tightened down. The hard drive is in, memory is socketed in, and batteries plugged in, screwed down. Everything, hopefully, latched in according to plan. And it's gonna start up like what is that? One of the like you start it up and wind down like something losing electricity, like an old TV, a jukebox getting kicked and then unplugged. Let's find out. Is it going to spring to life? Is it dead? Is there something more than what I could actually find in diagnosing it? It would not be a surprise. It would not be the first or last time that that will happen, but I'm hoping for something different. What time is it actually? 37, yeah. It's time to get out of here anyhow. It's Friday. Obviously, we got to go do the day job. But first, let's plug in and see what our story is here. Real-time clock error, check time and date settings. How do we do this? How can we do this for you people? What camera are we using right now? That's what I want to know. Can we actually do this without knocking everything down on my head? I think we can. We have a few minutes. We'll screw around with this for the time being. We do have direct HDMI out, so hopefully it won't be an issue. I don't know that it's going to show this screen. That's always the kind of the gotcha on it. That I don't believe it's going to show that screen. But maybe. Let's try the repair and see. Yeah, undoubtedly. F1 to continue, F2 to enter setup. We'll enter setup. And what is it? We're going to go with the date. It should be what? 11. Enter 08. Enter 2019. And the time, it's going to run in military time. We are looking at 4:37, 12, 16:37. Is that right? So let's do 16. Enter 37. Enter 25. Looks good. Exit, save and changes. Yes. Do we get some type of output? So, did I? Oh, guess what? Let's go in and check. Is it reading the hard drive? It is. Okay. What are we looking for? ACHI is good. Security. Set boot configure. Secure boot config. Disable. Customize. Enabled. Win 8. Boot, Windows Boot Manager, Secure Boot enabled. I don't see why it wouldn't be, honestly. Windows Boot Manager, Secure Boot. Let's disable it in case it was installed with MBR. Yes. I don't think it was. UEFI, boot option, exit save and changes. If it doesn't work, well then we'll diagnose further from there. Alright. Check bed, F1. Alright. End of the day. The machine now powers on. We just had to check charge last time and we got the charge late, but we didn't turn it on. So we're going to leave it there for the day. Maybe we'll come back and do this tonight or tomorrow. It all depends what's going on. Anyhow, have a good evening, good morning, afternoon, whatever time it is when you get here. Thanks for hanging out, watching this. If this is your thing, like this, share this, get it out there. And if you're new here, my name's Nick. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you Sunday for the podcast. Winners coming up, drawn and announced on a live stream for the 2-computer giveaway and the gift card giveaway. See you then.